Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.9165 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 2.35%. And in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart pattern that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high has been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.32 mark, and having done so, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective movement, and very soon we are going to see a very nice bounce to the upper side, obeying this Elliot wave structure, having a wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see a first wave to the upper side information, and I believe that is what we are seeing over here. And in today's video I'll be showing you a breakout that we have seen here on the 4-hour chart, so make sure that you stick around. And if I jump to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this yellow fractal wave, which is an Elliot wave structure within that first wave to the upper side, which I believe is we are in the formation of a fifth wave to the upper side. And once we see the formation of that fifth wave to the upper side, that will be completing a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And if I get a little bit into the details of the formation of that fractal wave, so that it can also give us the key scenarios that we expect to play out, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, making our high for that first wave, then saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, and after making the low for that second wave, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a third wave, making our high for that third wave at the $1.06 mark. And after making that high, we have been seeing a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a fourth wave. And because a fourth wave is a retracement of the third wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the wave 1 of the wave 3 to the high of that wave 3 to give us a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a fourth wave between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. Then removing the Fibonacci's, you can see that my target area lies between the $0.81 mark and the $0.66 mark, and Polygon Matic has continued to respect that movement to the lower side in the formation of this fourth wave and got into my target area that I have drawn out over here, making our low for that fourth wave at around the $0.69 mark. Then we are seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side, and because a fourth wave is a corrective wave, I also expected to see an ABC corrective movement play out over here, and I believe we are seeing such a movement, having this as the wave A, then a wave B making our high at around the $0.95 mark. Then we continued pushing low in the formation of a fourth wave, making our low at around the $0.69 mark, and after making that low, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side. And before I get to the key scenarios that I expect to play out basing it on the Elliot waves, I need to show you the key chart patterns that we have information right here. Within the formation of that fourth wave, we have been seeing this movement to the lower side in the formation of this channel, which has been well obeyed, and at some point we had managed to break out of the channel to the upper side, but we didn't manage to push higher. And as we are trying to have a retest of the upper side of the channel, we lost the upper side of the channel and got back into the channel once more, and lucky for us, we have a key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, which gave us support and is also within that channel, and we are seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side, and we have managed to break out of the channel once more. And if I zoom out, you can also see that we have seen a retest of the upper side of the channel once more, and after that retest we have continued pushing higher in this movement right here, and that is a breakout to the upper side, which we have seen a retest. We have also seen another chart pattern which is right here, which is also a channel, and if I draw it out, we can have this as the upper side of the channel like that. Then dragging then we can see the lower side of the channel and placing it accurately here. You can see that I have this channel that I have drawn out on this chart without cutting into my candlesticks, and you can see this is an ascending channel which is highlighted here in blue, and we have seen another breakout out of this channel to the upper side. And what I expect after seeing this breakout, I would expect a bit of a retracement to the lower side as a retest of the upper side of the channel, and that can happen maybe on the lower time frames, maybe on the 1 hour chart. And once that plays out, then I would expect Polygon Matic to continue pushing higher, manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, see a retest of that key area of resistance, and once we see the retest and the retest is a success, we can continue pushing higher. And in case that movement plays out, then that movement to the upper side will continue obeying an Elliot wave structure that I have over here. And because the fifth wave is an impulsive wave, I also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that fifth wave to the upper side, and I believe we are seeing such a movement, having this as the first wave of that fractal wave. That is the wave 1, then a wave 2, then the movement that we are in at the moment, that is what is forming a wave 3, then I expect a wave 4, and then a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, which is a fractal wave within that fifth wave to the upper side. And if I get a little bit into the details of the formation of this fractal wave so that it can also give us the key scenarios that we expect to play out, after making our high for that first wave, we saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of our wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum retracement area for that second wave between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and you can see we came down into that target area, then we even overshooted it a little bit and went to the fib level 0.786 fib level, which perfectly lies at a key area of support, which gave us support. And then we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a third wave, and we can sketch out a target area for that third wave to the upper side using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2, and that gives me a minimum movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.99 mark. So I expect once we manage to break above that key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, we continue pushing higher, get back to around the $0.9 mark, then by so doing, that will be completing the formation of that third wave. We might be able to overshoot that target area a little bit, then expect a retracement in the formation of our wave 4, then bounce back in the formation of our wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. So that is the first possible scenario that can play out, obeying the Elliot wave structures, and also a breakout that we have seen out of that channel. There is also a possibility that we can, as we try to have a retest of the upper side of the channel, we can lose that upper side of the channel and get back into the channel once more. And in case that happens, then I would expect us to get back to around the $0.78 mark, which is a key area of support. And in case we lose that key area of support and continue pushing lower, then we might be able to make a new low for that fourth wave to the lower side, and that could happen at around the $0.66 mark, which is the lower side of the target area that I have drawn out here on this chart. But there's a possibility that the low is in, and whatever we are seeing is the formation of that fifth wave to the upper side, and also sketching out a target area for that higher Elliot wave count 1 using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the high of that wave 3. That gives me a minimum movement to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1 at the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.2577 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the 4-hour RSI. Here on the RSI we are trading at around the 69 mark. That means we have a bit of room for us to support any movement to the upper side in the formation of that third wave before we get into the overbought region. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross down here, and we have continued seeing an increase in volume here on the MACD. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.